Hello everyone, this is R.S. Miller at the endtimenews.org, and today is November 8th, 2013. This is your Fast Track report. An Israeli strike on Iran appears to be imminent. As talks on Iran's nuclear program reach their final day in Geneva, sources suggest a joint statement from Western powers and Iran could be possible by the end of Friday. It's reported America has proposed a short-term nuclear agreement which would allow Tehran to continue enriching uranium at low levels, according to one source. Such a move is viewed as a first-step agreement creating time for a final deal. However, there is no more time, and an attack by Israel on Iran's nuclear facilities may in fact take place at any moment. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu made a statement prior to meeting with U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry, in which he said, "I understand the Iranians are walking around very satisfied in Geneva. They got everything and paid nothing. Iran got the deal of the century." He went on to say that Israel utterly rejects it.
I understand the Iranians are walking around very satisfied in Geneva, as well they should be, because they got everything and paid nothing, everything they wanted. They wanted relief of sanctions after years of a grueling sanctions regime. They got that. They're paying nothing because they're not reducing in any way their nuclear enrichment capability. So Iran got the deal of the century, and the international community got a bad deal. This is a very bad deal. And Israel utterly rejects it, and what I'm saying is shared by many, many in the regions, whether or not they express it publicly. Israel is not obliged by this agreement, and Israel will do everything it needs to do to defend itself and to defend the security of its people. That is true also of our negotiations with the Palestinians. I will never compromise on Israel's security and our vital interests, not in the face of any international pressure. I think the pressure has to be put where it belongs, that is, on the Palestinians who refuse to budge. But I think in any case, no amount of pressure will make me or the government of Israel compromise on the basic security and national interests of the state of Israel. And the people of Israel know this, and they support it, as they should.
The Iranian government is merely buying time in order to complete the development of its nuclear weapons capabilities, and then they intend to use them to wipe Israel off the face of the earth, as in Psalms 83. Do not keep silent, O God. Do not hold your peace, and do not be still, O God. Behold, your enemies make a tumult, and those who hate you have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against your people, and consulted together against your sheltered ones. They have said, "Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be remembered no more." The Western world, with its eyes full of hope in the Geneva process, which is giving Iran relief in the form of lifting of some sanctions, and the approval of Iran's continued nuclear tinkering, will in the end prove to have been nothing more than delusional. In spite of the more moderate appearance of Iran's newly elected president, ultimately he does not run the show. That honor is reserved for the supreme leader, Ayatollah Khomeini, who is in fact as anti-Israel as Adolf Hitler was during World War II. And it would be foolish to think that perhaps there has been a change of heart. Having an enemy who has for years threatened to kill every Jew in Israel and is in the process of developing a nuclear capability that could quickly be turned into a nuclear bomb is an existential threat to the state of Israel and to its people. I am reasonably sure that Israel does not intend to fade quietly into the sunset, but instead they must take action in the form of a justified preemptive strike on Iran's nuclear facilities. After all, No other capable nation in the world would allow a threat to their country's very existence to continue unchecked. The situation is dire and urgent. A significant number of Middle East analysts agree that a strike on Iran would be the beginning of another world war. Add in the fact that a report has recently surfaced stating that Iran will have the capability for a nuclear weapon within just a few weeks. It places an enormous sense of urgency upon Israeli leaders to take immediate military action. I believe the main reason Israel has only taken limited action up to this point is because they were giving peace a chance based upon reassurances from the White House. In one such statement, President Obama reassured Netanyahu by saying, in essence, that we would not allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon. But does anyone believe him anymore? It's been my personal experience, as I am sure it has been with others, that action speaks louder than words. When one considers the fact that President Obama backed down from attacking Syria over its chemical weapons use, mainly because it would have placed the U.S. and NATO in direct military conflict with the Russians, it has caused the U.S. and President Obama in particular to lose all credibility. This inaction, in turn, opens up the floodgates for all sorts of psychopathic regimes to push to the limits and reach for the now obtainable. In other words, the world has just become a far more dangerous place. Concerning Israel and Iran, we may well only be hours away from the start of a shooting war between the two countries. And of course, it will draw in the superpowers, Russia, NATO, and the U.S. We are living in the last days, and Jesus Christ will be returning soon. Are you saved? If you follow the link in the box below and pray the prayer of salvation with a sincere heart, you will be saved. May God bless you.